Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT. Your home for the County of Champions.
Has it throw to first, and that's your ball game. Union has won its first ever WPIAL championship.
There it is. Champions, the Static Lancers.
Strike three. The Union Scotties, golden once again.
One gold not enough. How about 2 district gold and 2 state gold for the Lady Lancers? The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
9 seconds. Anderson into the corner, it's Ford for 3. Shot! Take time for game!
To throw again, directing traffic, going for the quarterback in the end zone! Touchdown! Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet. Coming to you live from the Nika High Fieldhouse, WPIAL basketball playoff action here at lcsportsnet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. It's tonight. We have the Newcastle Red Hurricane, the number 1 seed in Class 6A, taking on the number 8 seed Norwin Knights. Tonight's broadcast at lcsportsnet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network is brought to you in part by Maley Chiropractic, Garbutt, Kelly, and George. Newcastle Asphalt. By the Red Zone, by Medora Bonner Law, by Pontius Insurance, by the Crane Room Grill, by Penn Ohio Bottled Water, by Health in Motion Physical Therapy, by Works in Progress Paint Services, by the Tri-County Principals Association, by Lawrence County Child and Youth Services, and the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Along with Tim Continenza, I'm James Dotson. Glad to bring you the coverage of the finally tip-off of the 6A tournament. Only 8 teams in the Class 6A tournament, so right into the quarterfinals we go, Tim, and with that, a long layoff before we see the 20-2 Newcastle Red Hurricane against Norwin coming in at 14-8. Just 2 games, what it takes to get yourself to the Peterson Event Center here in the 6A tournament.
Yeah, well, 6A is always a challenge on that level, and it should be interesting in this matchup. I mean, Norwin is 14-8 on the season. They're winners of 5 of their last 7 ball games. They've won 3 straight coming into tonight's game. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle a Newcastle team at the Nika High Fieldhouse. I think it's going to be a difficult challenge for them. Obviously, it's going to be a packed house in Newcastle here tonight, and it's just going to be a game where Newcastle's going to play their game. I mean, we talked about that in previous games, just outlining what Coach Ralph Blundell loves to do and his pressure defense and making turnovers and getting extra shots in the ball game. So it'll be interesting to see how Norwin can handle the Red Hurricanes running offense.
And it will be the running Red Hurricanes as we expect to see them coming out in this one, a team that on the season averaging 64 points per game, and they are back at full strength. We'll break all that down when we return here on our LG-KG pregame show. Back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAP Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary, from the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
It's our Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly & George pregame show, a law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly & George, they've been keeping promises for over 80 years. Feels like it's been 80 years since these teams have been on the court. It's been since last Monday, so 12 days worth of time since last time Newcastle was playing here at home, actually. But how's that long layoff affect all these teams? That is going to affect both Norwin and Newcastle here tonight.
A factor early on. I think that's where it really matters, is just getting into your rhythm. You've been facing against each other. I'm sure you had maybe a scrimmage during that time period, but the bottom line is you have to get ready for tonight's game. And they played 20 games this year, and they're ready. They're 22 games this year. I don't think the layoff is going to be that big of a problem. I think it's more is just a matter of just having that initial nerves if you have them, because it is a Whipple tournament, to shuck that off and move on.
And more than anything, too, I mean, this is the Newcastle team. You're defending WPIAL runner-ups and state runner-ups, though that was in Class 2A. The good news, though, is after missing games in the middle of the year, Isaiah Boyce is back at full strength. He and Jonathan Anderson both at 17 points per game to lead the way. I think the most impressive stat, though, is that you got both of them over 40% shooting from beyond the arc. When this team is stroking it from downtown, bombs away. I mean, that's just about the best way to put it, Tim.
Yeah, well, we've watched these two grow up over the last 4 years on the court here at Newcastle, and it's not surprised to see how, Jonathan Anderson runs this team when he runs the floor, and his ability not just to do that little runner now, but to be the outside threat that he can be. And then we've seen Isaiah Boyce from his freshman days be that sharpshooter from the corner and from the wing, and now just about any place on the court, and a guy who releases down court early for those fast breaks. So it's going to be a fun thing to watch these two get back into the rhythm that they kind of missed there for about 7-8 games.
We'll be back in a moment with tip-off from the Nika High Fieldhouse. Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Unfortunately, no pep band here at the Nika High Fieldhouse. Not allowed here during the postseason, unfortunately, but glad that we can have a home game here for the Canes. Trip to the semifinals on the line as we take a look at the starting lineups. Your starting lineups tonight brought to you by Penn Ohio Bottled Water. Give them a call for delivery of your gallon, up to 5-gallon jugs or 3-gallon jugs, or even get delivery of your 16-ounce bottled waters. Let them do the heavy lifting. Let Penn Ohio Bottled Water bring refreshing water to your door. Adam Billingski, Ryan Edwards, Colin Gunsberger, Trent Raspitnick, and Justin Weaver are the starting five for the Norwin Knights under Coach Lance Mayha. They are the 8th seed. They had a record of 14-8 overall, 5-5 in section play. Newcastle will counter with the sophomore Ralphie Blundo, 5'11 sophomore, averaging 8 points per game. And then the senior crew, Jonathan Anderson, 5'9 senior, leading at 17 points per game. Dejan Young, right now at 11 points per contest. Isaiah Boyce as well. And Nick Wallace, a 5'10 senior with 7 points per game. And mentioned Isaiah Boyce at 17 points per contest for him. So Young, Boyce, Blundo, Anderson, and Wallace for the Canes here tonight.
Should be a great matchup between these two schools. I look forward to it, and let's see how the Canes can handle it. They have high expectations, not just in the Whipple tournament, but for what they achieved last year to try to show it here in 6A. So it should be a great matchup.
Your officials for this evening are Mark Tortorella, Bill Constantine, and Anthony Oviel as we get ready for the opening tip. Give a shout out to Mr. Robbie Nattel, who's running the cameras here for us tonight from high above the Nika High Fieldhouse. Winner will take on the winner of the 4-5 matchup. We'll get you score updates on that one. Mount Lebanon against Butler. We'll get you that and all. They won't rest the games as we go along tonight as Dejan Young up for the opening tip, but it will be controlled by the Norwin Knights in their dark blue road uniforms, coming left to right. They're going to go handoff and work the weave early with Edwards. Edwards kills the dribble, gets it into the corner. Right back out from Raspitnick. Across the perimeter. Down low, good pass to get to Billingski. He goes with the drop step, shot up and rattles home for the first points of the night. Good little move down on the block and got the friendly roll for the first points of the game. Ralphie Blundo working the motion offense. Wallace. To the top of the key, trying to get Boyce going early, in and out on his 3-ball attempt, and Billingski will get the first rebound of the game. 2-0 here, 7:15 remaining in the opening quarter. Pass can go right into the cheerleaders. That's a good matrix move by Coach Blundo to avoid getting hit.
Coach is always nimble on his feet.
Yes, he is. Stepping back and taking an extra step back there was Dejan Young for the travel. So back-to-back turnovers, and there it is, Tim, a little bit of the nerves maybe in the first minute of this game.
Yeah, a little shuffle with the feet. You don't see that too often. He didn't put the ball down when he was about to make his move and got called for the travel.
So early first quarter. Hand off. Now working around the perimeter. Gunsberger over to Raspitnick. Coming to the near side and running out of real estate coming towards us is Gunsberger. He's going to run out of real estate.
A turnover going the other way, kind of behind the pass. Maybe a little nerves there, too.
Even nerves for coaches. He was trying to just get out of the way of the inbounds. He actually stepped out of the coaching box and was ushered back in by the officials right in front of us. Just a little smirk. It's like, oh, whoops. Got it all figured out. Kane's trying to figure out this Norwin defense. Jump pass over to Boyce. He'll take a deep three from the wing. Can't get it to go down. So 0 for 2 from downtown early for Jose. .6:20 remaining in the opening quarter. High screen for Billingski. Going one-on-one now against Ralphie Blundo, backing his way in, using the body to his advantage, but unable to get the shot. Now here comes Dejon Young with some speed. Good hustle back defensively from Norwin. Wallace will hand it off to Blundo. He tries to drive in. Kick back out. Right now, there's not a lot of movement in the offense. Canes still looking for their first points 2 minutes in. Anderson gets into the lane, lost it, got it back. It was knocked out of his hands to avoid the travel, and Dejon Young will reap the benefits.
Yeah, it was a nice look there for him from Anderson to Young.
Ties it up at 2, down to 5:30 remaining in this opening quarter. Edwards with possession, trying to work against Wallace. Nicky Two Guns been a defensive stalwart throughout most of the year. Passed over the top, able to get the Billingski, and it won't go in. Trying to save it out of bounds. Good job by Young to save possession here for Newcastle. Anderson across the timeline to the right wing. Into the corner for Boyce, looking for his first points of the evening. The 1,000-point scorer. Anderson trying to tee one up. He drains it.
Once you gave him that open look from the left side, that's his shot.
Trying to drive his way in, back is Ryan Edwards. Pickpocket from behind by Anderson, but it will go out into the Canes bench to stay with Norwin, and we'll get our first substitutes coming into the game. Coming in for Norwin.
Looks like Noah Vogel.
Number 24, big man Noah Vogel. 6'3" senior. There are 12 seniors on this team. One of the seniors for Newcastle, though, is going to get the steal. Coming on in to help defense is Wallace, and then he's going to reap the benefits. The reverse layup, though, doesn't go in. Great 2-on-1 move. Had to go up and under and couldn't do so. And what we're going to have is a Pontius Insurance timeout called by Norwin, which means we'll give a message to our friends at Pontius Insurance. When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance and receive the personalized service you deserve. The action. Wireless mic not behaving for us down here. We might have to make an adjustment. We apologize. Stay with us best we can. 4:30 remaining in the opening quarter. A 5-2 lead for Newcastle as Ryan Edwards brings it across over to Bielinski. He's got the only bucket of the game so far for the Norwin Knights on the road, the 8 seed. Back up for Edwards. Trying to direct traffic out there. Again, a senior heavy team. 12 on the roster for the Knights. Edwards and Bielinski working that two-man game. Bielinski down low. Strong move to the hoop yet again.
Yeah, made a nice move right into the paint. Got himself in good position to make that points.
Backdoor cut. Boyce unable to get it the first time, but kicks it back out. And Ralphie Blundo for 3.
That inside-outside game for the Canes coming on.
Bielinski with all 4 points for Norwin, but his Knights trailing 8-4. A couple of threes for Newcastle in the opening 4.5 minutes of play. Bielinski again trying to back his way in over the left shoulder. All 6 points for the big man. 6'3" senior Adam Bielinski. Cuts the lead back down to 2. 3:15 remaining in the first. Pass to the corner. Two-man game over the top for Young. Lost it, got it back, and put it in with the left hand. Maybe a benefit. It turned into a nice reverse layup as a result.
Yeah, it went to his left. That's where he needed to be, and he just used his left hand perfectly for that bank shot in.
In the corner for Bielinski, or check that was Gunsberger who drove in. Kicked it back out. No three-point attempts yet for the Norwin Knights as Vogel tries to make his way down into the paint. Right as I say that, there is the first three-point attempt, and it misses everything from Colin Gunsberger. Kaniak's behind us, letting him hear it too. With the air ball chant, shake and bake, and another pass across the lane. Dejon Young's got 6, and another assist from Jonathan Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson has great vision on that, found Young in the paint, and Young was able to put that away. We're about an 8-footer.
Anderson, who averages 7 assists per game. Got 3 already here. To the lane the other way. Bielinski hung on the rim but didn't find its way down. Good job by Young to contest it without fouling. Canes leading 12-6, down to 2 minutes remaining in the first. Another behind the back dribble for Anderson. This time he takes it up himself. No good, but he'll get a pair of free throws. Jonathan Anderson, first trip to the line tonight for either team.
Yeah, it's unique for Newcastle to go this long without actually getting to the line, but that is part of their game. They will be an attacking offense. They'll try to get you into foul trouble and take advantage of opportunities from the line.
We're going to have Byron Lett check in for the first time to give Ralphie Blundo a rest. Also in for the first time is Chris McKnight, a freshman amongst all the seniors. The second one does not find its way in. Anderson with 4, 13-6 score, almost over back. It was over and back because Bielinski did not get into the forecourt and establish himself before catching that pass, Tim.
Yeah, he just lost track of where he was at, and once he stepped back, it was over.
So with 1:40 remaining in the first quarter, Boyce with possession. He's still looking for his first points, the leading scorer of this team. Another two-man game, blocked down low from Dejon Young, but he gets it right back. Stick-to-itiveness. He's got 8 already in this quarter, does Dejon Young. Lead up to 9.
Yeah, he's showing his height.
And the strength, too, right, Tim? Battling with it. Bielinski, he's been the entirety of the offense so far for Norwin. All 6 points. He gets it down to the block again. They're doubling, even triple teaming him on this one. It still doesn't matter. Nice reverse layup for Bielinski. He's got now 8.
And Bielinski's doing a nice job early in this game, just keeping them, Norwin, doing well offensively.
Under a minute to play here in the first. Looks like Newcastle's going to be contentious to hold the ball out front here for a bit. 30 seconds on the clock. Down to 20. They're content to waste the last 45 seconds. And now they'll get the call from the sideline. Anderson
It's a good opportunity in a playoff game to use that time here, James, as a practice, because you're going to use it throughout the tournament. This is a great opportunity for Coach Blundo to use this for the Red Hurricanes as they move forward.
Yeah, shot off the mark as they were a little rushed at the end, but it's still a great first quarter for Newcastle. 15-8 at the end of one. Don't go anywhere. Back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
Coming up at the half, we will have our Castle Asphalt halftime show. Give a shout out to our friends at Castle Asphalt. Make sure you give them a call or visit them online. Get your free estimate at castleasphalt.com. If you're looking for quality, cost-efficient paving and construction services, Castle Asphalt and Construction will make your visions for your project a reality. Starting the second quarter, Newcastle with possession, the 15-8 advantage. Wallace on the left wing. 8 of those 15 points scored by Dejon Young. Canes have gone 6 deep. Norwin 7 deep in the first quarter. Little runner from the foul line. Nick Wallace unable to get it to go. Got his own rebound, but went over the back to do so. First team foul against Newcastle.
Yeah, just a little too much over him, and that's the right call.
Yeah, you can go over him, but he ended up making contact on the way down. So, first foul against Newcastle. Norwin against soft Newcastle pressure. Bielinski all 8 points for the Norwin Knights in the first quarter. He looks to drive in again. This time kicks it to the corner. 3 ball on the way. It's going to be short from Ryan Edwards. No good. Dejon Young skying up for the rebound. Quickly in transition the other way. Blundo finds the trailer. It is Young. He's not looking for help. Across the lane to Wallace. And back up to set up the offense. Over to Anderson. Anderson. Again, a little two-man game. He and Young have been so good at this all year long. That pass a little bit off the mark. Anderson's got to come regather. 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Drives in amongst the trees. Extra pass up to Ralphie Blundo. 3 ball on the way. In and out. No good. Young again fighting for the rebound. And last to touch it is Norwin. It'll stay with the Canes.
Yeah, that's Young. He never gives up on a play. But any time a chance to get a rebound, he goes for it. And in the process, he gets the ball to be batted out of bounds, and the Canes will have a chance to throw it in.
And we're going to have a whistle and a foul on the inbound. That was an interesting scenario as got a blocking foul called on Jackson Pons. He kind of stepped in front of Isaiah Boyce on his baseline drive before the ball was even inbounded. So second foul against Norwin. Anderson running the show. He's going to get the call from Coach Blundo. Around the perimeter to Blundo. To the high post. Nice high-low play. Extra pass across, and Wallace wasn't quite ready for it. Good ball movement, but pass a little maybe too hot to handle for Wallace there, Tim.
Yeah, he was ready for it, but he just kind of got off his fingertips, maybe trying to catch it a little too quick.
6:20 remaining in the first half. Bielinski, shake and bake, trying to find some help. Out to Edwards. Again, those two have been a two-man game most of the night. Help defense, and then shot on the run. No good, Bielinski. Put-back attempt, can't get it to go from Justin Weaver. And now Canes will bring it up the court with 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Anderson thought about a 3. Good defense by Edwards to force the pass. Step back now from Zay Boyce. Rattles it home. His first of the night. Third 3 of the game for Newcastle.
Get one to fall for Isaiah. You know more will follow.
That's three-pointer number 254 in his career with Newcastle. And we're going to have a whistle and a blocking foul against the Canes. And if that's Wallace, that'll be his second. It is the team's second as well. He'll check out. Byron Lett will check in for him. 18-8 your score. Inbound straight into the corner. 3 ball. In and out. No good, but no one boxed out on Pong. His shot no good. And a foul on that rebound attempt. And Coach Blundo talking with Byron Lett as that might have been his assignment that was missed, but still able to avoid it, and Newcastle will have possession. Bit of a lucky break as nobody was with Pong on his way to the hoop.
Sometimes the ball just bounces your way. You know, you catch the right break at the right time.
But so far, other than Adam Bielinski, it's not been many breaks at all for Norwin. Bielinski with all 8 Knights points, and they all came in the first quarter. Boyce between the circles, weaves it back over to Anderson. He'll step into a 3, in and out, no good. And Norwin will cross with Bielinski. Down to 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Weaver working the motion, trying to drive against Lett, gets into the lane, kicks it over to the corner. 3 ball is going to be short, no good for Edwards. Now 0 for 4 from beyond the arc is Norwin here tonight. More shake and bake from Anderson. Wow, what a move to the lane. What a better block from Adam Bielinski coming over into help defense. Great play both ways on that one.
Where would Norwin be without Bielinski tonight?
I'll tell you what. Got all 8 points. leading the team in rebounds right now. Backs his way into the lane. Now he's in double digits. Belinsky with all 10 points for Norwin as we approach the midway point of the second quarter. Boyce with possession. Give it to Blundo. He's open for three. Nothing but net. Ralphie Blundo now 38 three-pointers for him on the season. McKnight drives in, dishes it to the corner. Norwin looking to answer, and they do get their first trifecta of the night from Jackson Pons. Points off the bench for Norwin. That's the first points through somebody not named Adam Belinsky. And a timeout's going to be called by the Canes. First timeout taken by them with 3:36 remaining here in the first half. While we have a moment, give a shout out to our friends at the Red Zone. Remind you that Spirit Sales can help raise big money for your organization. Just fill out a form and the Red Zone does the rest. See how you can score big at the Red Zone. Your county sporting apparel needs all there at the Red Zone in Neshannock Township. And again, give a shout out to Dan Ponches, Jessica Weiland, and Tracy Giddings. Make sure you take the time out to save money on your insurance at ponchesinsurance.com. So with a 21-13 advantage here, Tim, for Newcastle. Belinsky's been going off, though, working it in the blocks, and the worry for Newcastle and really any team that plays Norwin, you know Belinsky's going to work it down low. It's who's going to potentially be that second or third threat, especially on the outside. Jackson Pons off the bench with a big three in the corner to try to help that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Coach Blundo chooses to defend against him here in the rest of the second quarter and try to kind of slow him down. This 8-point lead for the Canes could be a lot larger. It's just a matter of them just settling into their offense, making some shots, and finding that maybe that extra pass and getting a little better shot opportunity.
So out of the timeout, Canes with possession. And you know Coach Blundo's so good at drawing up the plays out of the break. What does he come up with this time? Dejan Young swings it over. That's Let, well guarded there. He'll kick it back out, working the motion, losing his balance, and then going to the ground with it for the traveling violation is Ralphie Blundo.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate little wet spot. Loses his balance, and then there goes down.
And in presence of mind, he tried to keep the dribble going. The issue is, Tim, he dribbled it on himself. Pass down low, stepping in front of it is Anderson. That's the 6th turnover of the game against the Norwin Knights. 3-on-2, maybe a 4-on-2 if Anderson hurries. He goes to the hoop, and it's going to get knocked out of bounds. And Anderson touches it while he's on the baseline. So possession over to Norwin, and see who expected contact and kind of tripped over his own feet as a result. Tough time to get this one inbounded over the top pass. They do get it to Belinsky. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Apologize, 21-13 your score. Norwin setting up the offense with Edwards to the left wing for McKnight. They've been working around the perimeter mostly. Edwards from way downtown off the mark. He's 0 for 3 here in this quarter from beyond the arc. Anderson over to Blundo. Backdoor cut to find Isaiah Boyce. Great move off the curl cut to find the opening, Tim.
Yeah, that's what they do. That 1-2 game between Anderson and Boyce, they work it so well.
That time it was Ralphie Blundo who delivered the pass. Everybody can get involved. When you have a 5-guard offense like Newcastle has to do with the lack of size, everybody has to play every single position. Into the corner.
That's true.
Edwards in the lane, able to get the runner, and it does find its way softly down for the first points for Ryan Edwards here tonight.
Well, gotta get someone on the scoreboard for Norwin.
2 for Edwards, 2 for Pons, but 10 for Belinsky. 3 for Pons, excuse me, as he hit the only 3 ball so far tonight for Norwin. Pass down low to Young. He tries to back his way in. A little shot with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Hung on the rim for a while, but didn't go down.
Yeah, he was falling away to his left side. It was kind of a tough shot. He was close to going in, but just didn't have enough on it.
Belinsky with 1:20 now on the first half clock, excuse me. He looked like he stepped on the foot of Boyce guarding him. He loses it. Blunder going the other way. Tried to go high off the arc. Couldn't. And we're going to have a foul on the rebound against Byron Led. This is only the fourth team foul third against Newcastle, and now 3 against Norwin as well. So it's been a very clean game here from both teams, Tim.
Yeah, you figure with a 12-day layoff for both teams, you think it might be a little bit more choppy, but it hasn't. They've both really run defensively well and done what they wanted to do.
As they cross the timeline, 1 minute on the clock. Here in the first half, in the corner was Edwards. So he's working around the perimeter to the far side. Drive in, kick back on the skip to Edwards, and he finally gets one to go. Cuts the lead down to 5. 40 seconds remaining as the Canes step over half court. Big final possession coming here, Tim, likely for Newcastle, as their 9-point lead has been basically cut in half.
Yeah, this is something that they're going to draw up a good play here from the bench and then try to execute it right here in about the last 4 to 7 seconds left in the quarter.
Running their motion. Thought about a 3. They're playing layup game. Down to 15 seconds. Anderson will now reset. Calls out the play. Down to 10. Down to 8. Down to 7. Now he engages. Down to 5. Comes to the near side. Boyce right back to Anderson. 3 ball at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. That's the end of the first half. Newcastle leads 23-18 as the teams head to their respective locker rooms. We'll head to a commercial break. Back with the Castle Asphalt halftime show when we return. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
At LCAP Early Learning Centers, our kids are superheroes with extraordinary abilities to explore and learn. All our programs are filled with amazing children, but we need help. We're hiring group supervisors, assistant group supervisors, aides, and many other support positions. If you love to work with children as young as 6 weeks old, then you could be a superhero too. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County. Apply today at lcap.org.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapies. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Newbie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
is halftime at the Nika High Fieldhouse. The Canes holding a 5-point lead, 23-18 your score on our Castle Asphalt halftime show. Give a shout out to our friends Castle Asphalt. They know the importance of making a good first impression, no matter how elegant your home or office may be. If you match it with poor road surfaces, well, your friends or potential clients might regret making the trip. Get your free estimate at castleasphalt.com. And Tim, as far as the first impressions here, Newcastle, an impressive start. Sluggish for both teams at the beginning, but then Norwin finally able to hit a couple shots there late in the first half, especially from beyond the arc, and that's why they have been able to cut down this lead to 5 with the teams going to the locker room.
Yeah, obviously they actually outshot the Canes percentage-wise, 47% to 41% in the first half, which is kind of surprising. And that's exactly what it was. They hit the 2 through threes. They're 2 of 7 from the three-point line, while the Canes are 4 of 9, shooting 44% from beyond the arc. But it has shot only 41%, which is not terrible by any stretch of the imagination. But if you thought about it going into the game, you would probably expect those two numbers to be reversed going in here at halftime. And I think maybe one of the more shocking numbers here in the first half, James, is there's only been 2 free throws attempts for either team, and both of them came to Newcastle.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, neither team anywhere close to the Health in Motion bonus free throw line. While we have a moment, let's give a shout out to our friends at Health in Motion. They help get athletes back on the field. Not just athletes, though. Everybody deserves to be at the top of their game, and physical therapy can help with all sorts of pain. Call Health in Motion today, 724-856-3683 for your free consultation. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion Physical Therapy. Adam Belinsky leads all scorers with 10 points, 5 two-pointers all inside the arc for him. Ryan Edwards, a 2 and a 3 for 5 points, and a 3 for Jackson Pons. So that, I think right there, that is very, well, that speaks volumes to me at least, Tim, just looking at the fact that you have right there. Everything inside is Belinsky. Almost every other shot attempt has been from beyond the arc.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Belinsky is the way their offense is designed. If they're going to collapse on him, they're going to try to go outside, maybe with Jackson Pons or Edwards. And, you know, those are the two who hit the 3-pointers here for Norwin. I mean, if you're Norwin, you're down 5 at halftime in a low-scoring game. You got to feel very confident right now coming out in the second half. It'll be interesting to see how Coach Blundo and the Hurricanes react to this coming out at halftime. When you look at just the numbers in the first half, you got to think the Canes have played pretty well overall. Like I said, shot 41%. They had 7 assists. They had 3 steals. They only had 3 turnovers. They created 6 turnovers, and most of that came in the first quarter, James. I think that's the difference that we've seen in the first quarter and the second quarter.
Yeah, and I'll throw one more at you. Dejan Young leading Newcastle with 8 points, but those all came in the first quarter. Maybe need to try to get the 6'2 senior back on the scoring book. Rafi Blundo, a pair of 3s for 6 points. Isaiah Boyce, a 2 and a 3 for 5 points. And Jonathan Anderson with a 3 and a free throw for 4 points to round out the scoring for the Canes, who are shooting 44% from beyond the arc, but only have a 5-point halftime lead. We're going to take another break here during halftime. We'll be back with the second half of the game here in the Class 6A quarterfinals. We'll also get you some score updates from across the area when we return here at lcsportsnet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for homeowners and businesses in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting and related projects for the winter season. Call Joe today, 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
That was awesome.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary, from the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Want to remind you, this game and the broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Any broadcast of this game is intended exclusively for the benefit of the viewing and listening audience. Any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent from the WPIAL and Trib Total Media is strictly prohibited. So we get ready for the second half here, Tim, and just taking a look at what we saw in the first half. What do you want to see most changed here for the Canes and for the Knights in terms of what they need to do to be successful in the second half?
Well, I think there's 2 players of the Canes when you really look at what they need to do offensively. We've seen Young in the first quarter go off, and in a sense, they were able to get him inside, and he was able to get second shots and put it up and in and take advantage of his 6'2" frame. And I think you're going to see more of that. But I think what we'll also need to see is Isaiah Boyce. We really have not called his name a lot here tonight. He's made a couple plays, but we need to see a little bit more for Isaiah Boyce and the leader and Jonathan Anderson. I think that's going to be really key here tonight. And if there's anybody you really want to pay attention to that no one talks about very often, but who has the ability to come up big in big shots and big opportunities, it's Nick Wallace. So there's another one. Just keep in mind as this game continues to see what type of play Nick can add to the offense here for the Canes. For Norwin, when you really look at it, it's Adam Belinsky's show. I mean, with his 10 points in the first half, he has been all the Knights really needed, and that's going to be a key here for the Canes defense is to try to figure that one out, and then to get up close against Edwards and Pons and some of the other shooters that they have and see what they can do. I think that's going to be really key. I wouldn't mind seeing the Canes trying to push the tempo a little bit. I think that's something that maybe they're playing more Norwin style versus the Canes running Canes style, and I'd rather see maybe the Canes try to take advantage, maybe put some press in and try to do something special there and try to get some easy points on the defensive side and cause some turnovers and get into more of a running game. They haven't really experienced that here in the first half.
Well, that's a great way to start it, though. You get a steal and a score in transition for Dejon Young, who had 7 rebounds in the first half. He won't get that one, but he helped tip it over to Nick Wallace to get possession back for the Canes, leading by 7 early in the second half. Going high off the glass, can't get the friendly roll for Blundo. He thought he was fouled on the way to the hoop. Hand off with possession, Ryan Edwards. Swings it over, Belinsky. Backs his way in. He has 10 in the first half, and he's going to get the soft touch in the friendly roll again. They get a game-high 12 now for Adam Belinsky down low.
That's going to be key for the defense here to try to figure out how to stop Belinsky getting his position down in the paint.
Around the perimeter it goes. Trying to drive in again is Blundo. This time he's going to kick it back out to Zay Boyce. 6:30 remaining. Another drive and dish. Corner 3 on the way. Isaiah Boyce back iron, but another offensive rebound. 8 now in the game. 8 rebounds total for Young, and to give a second chance at it, Zay Boyce says thank you very much. (28-20) your score. Driving in, spin move, Belinsky actually check that. That was Weaver weaving his way through. Couldn't get it to go. Second chance ever no good. Gets another rebound. Third chance still hanging on the rim. Cannot get him to fall on the easy bunnies in the lane. Newcastle coming the other way. Pass to the corner. Good read to knock it out of bounds by Jackson Pons. Possession will stay with Newcastle.
Yeah, nice hands there. Nice hands by Pons trying to prevent that skip pass into the corner.
5:45 remaining in the third quarter. It'll be Isaiah Boyce now with 8 points. He will trigger to Blundo. Extra pass to the corner. Good find for Boyce. There's the hot hand. Third three of the night and first Kane in double figures on the evening.
That's his hot corner. He loves that shot.
Keeps on adding to that three-point tally in his career. 256 now. County record 301. If he didn't miss those games, Tim, that record would be in serious jeopardy.
Yes, it would. No question about it.
5:15 remaining. Norwin tries to answer with Gunsberger, and he does drain one from beyond the arc. So after missing their first 5 from beyond the arc, 3 straight for the Knights have fallen. Boyce almost had 3 straight himself. Can't get that one to fall. Transition defense now hitting back. Belinsky gets it to Gunsberger, and his corner 3 off the mark. Offensive rebound for Noah Vogel. Extra possession for Norwin. Belinsky into the lane, can't get it to go, but he'll be fouled by Ralphie Blundo. First foul of the second half against either team, and it comes at the 4:45 mark. And again, impressive, Tim, just how great these defenses are doing at defending but not fouling.
Yeah, and this is only the second set of free throws we've seen the entire game.
So we're going to call this a health and motion trip to the line the way this is going tonight. As Norwin heading to the line, making the first free throw is Belinsky, now with a game-high 13. .445 remaining in the third. Belinsky spins, delivers. Ball spins around the hoop, but does not find its way down. 7-point lead, 31-24. Ball on the floor, fighting for it is Blundo, and he's getting grabbed from behind. And it's going to be last touch by Newcastle. As he was right in front of us, Weaver literally just grabbed him and rolled him over onto the sideline. Nonetheless, that's a Door-Bonner possession. You're right, Tim. They are letting them play. You've only had 7 fouls called the entire game. So Weaver, after forcing a turnover, nearly got turned over right back. Boyce nearly picked it off in the backcourt. He'll hand it off to Belinsky. So 1-on-1 against Young. Trying to work his way in. He'll take a foul line jumper. Man, what soft touch he has. That just hangs on the rim. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Canes as Belinsky got his hands on that one. Lead back down to 5 midway through this third quarter. Winner will take on the winner of the 4-5 matchup, Mount Lebanon against Butler. That game down at Mount Lebo, scheduled to start at 8.
Yeah, Canes just need to try to put a mini run together. Just about 4 to 6 points, just to see what they can do. They haven't really been able to pull away, so just try to get each possession something quality out of it.
Yeah, you're right. Hadn't had really long run by either team, and that's not going to help the Canes as losing possession was Anderson. He's turned over on the steal, and an and one for Belinsky on the other end. Cuts it to a one-possession game.
Yeah. You know, Adam Belinsky's just making the plays. He's keeping his team alive, and he's getting to the line now and has that chance to convert.
Norwin averages 52 points per game. Both teams well below their average. Canes averaging 63. That's the best in all of Class 6A. And with the free throw good, Belinsky now with 18 points, and it's a 2-point Newcastle advantage.
Yeah, and Norwin putting that mini run together.
No easy games in Class 6A, Tim, and this is just proof of that. Blundo gets the double screen, gets to the foul line, looking for help, hands it off to Boyce. Boyce, he weaves himself in, looking for help, back out. Young, over to Anderson. Anderson, he gets around the defender, goes to the hoop, and he's not going to get the and one. It went all the way around the hoop, but somehow didn't work its way down.
I tell you, the ball just seems to have a lid on it sometimes against the Canes here tonight. And that one had all the English in the world on it, just wouldn't go down.
So Anderson going to the line. One of the things he didn't get a chance to talk about in the pregame show, Tim, about Newcastle, maybe the Achilles heel over the years has been the free throw shooting. They're shooting just shy of 70% as a team, though, this year. It's pretty impressive numbers.
It really is, and it's an important number as you get deeper into this tournament. You know, obviously they have high aspirations to do something this year, being the #1 seed, and how well this senior lady team is.
Both free throws good there. All 4 free throws for Newcastle attempted by Anderson. He's made 3 of those 4. In the corner, Vogel trying to back his way in. It's up to Belinsky at the foul line. He's just unconscious right now, Tim. That's 20.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the answer is right now, because anytime he's inside that paint, he's just money.
That time on the foul line jumper. So now he's starting to get the jump shot to work as well. That mid-range game. Blundo, the deep range game, in and out. Rebound from Norwin, and now a chance for them to take their first lead since they were up 2-0. Can Tyre take the lead on this possession? Belinsky on the left wing. Down to 2:15 remaining in the third quarter. Backing his way in against Wallace. Forces one up over the top of him, and he's just using the size to his advantage on that one.
Taking total advantage of the mismatch.
Now noise from the Norwin faithful behind us as Anderson going 4 corners, drives in, lets the defender go by and gets the layup. Good response, Jonathan Anderson.
Yeah, a nice little duck move inside to the lane. Had an open shot and just put the bunny in.
Belinsky looks to answer, poked away from Wallace. There's the turnover that they needed, but then getting it right back. Edwards gets his hands on it. He'll go with the scoop shot to tie it right back up.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there. That's what you're looking to do. Play Canes ball, and they played it right back against you.
Another hesitation move, and this time it's Anderson who loses it. He puts it back up, and an and one as he was tripped up on the play by Weaver. He'll pick up the personal. How about that for a nomination for a Bailey Chiropractic play of the game?
There's definitely a Bailey Chiropractic play of the game nomination there. Jonathan Anderson, his body control is just phenomenal, isn't it?
Absolutely it is, and to stay with that too, to get the bucket with the foul. He'll go for the and one, but first we'll have a Pontius Insurance timeout called by Norwin, and I'll tell you what, we'll take a 30-second timeout here as well. Full timeout on the court with the Canes back up by 2.
Are you looking to make a difference? Well, here is your opportunity. Lawrence County Child and Youth Services is looking for compassionate foster parents now. If you are over the age of 21, in good health, and wanting to help a child in need, we're in need of you. Receive free training and compensation by becoming a foster parent. Call 724-658-2558 and let Bill, Brooklyn, and Heather get you started. Make a difference and become a foster parent today.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity, it's really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Back to the action here at the Nika High Fieldhouse after the Norwin timeout. We'll have a free throw from Joe Anderson after that bucket with 10 points. I'll tell you what, one of the things that we said in the commercial, Tim, I think speaks volumes. Feels like a slugfest, but without the fouls. It's just very interesting how that's played out, isn't it?
It really is. It's different. You don't see that very often where the officials are letting them play on the court, and the players just seem to not being able to complete every opportunity to the hole or put the finishing touches on a play.
And we're going to get a foul here as going to the hoop was Belinsky. Wallace thought he got all ball, so did the Caniacs, but not going to get the call. It will be 2 free throws coming for Belinsky.
Yeah, Belinsky, again, just showing his range and what he can do. And when you have that size and you're doing what you're doing inside throughout the game, He's going to get the calls. Simple as that.
He does not get the friendly roll on the free throw, however.
And that's the way this game has been. You have opportunity to add to your score, and you miss one out of two from the free-throw line, or you miss them both.
And they do miss both. Boys will get the rebound. 1 minute to play in the third quarter. Canes holding the three-point advantage. Here Coach Blundo from the sideline saying execute. Telling his team execute. Wonder if they're going to try to hold for the final 60 seconds of this third quarter. Not when Boyce has an open three, and he executes for his fourth of the night.
That's what you want from Isaiah Boyce. You never want him to pass up a shot he believes in.
Fourth three of the night. 49th of the season. And close defense. Anderson all over Edwards, looking for the 5-second call. There it is. Execute offense and defense.
That's what the Canes ordered. That's what the Canes do consistently throughout the season. We haven't seen it here tonight till just then.
Your Medora Bonner Law change in possession. Make sure you protect your possessions at MedoraBonnerLaw.com, a community firm with a personal connection and individualized service. 15 seconds left. Canes holding for the last shot. We were tied at 35. Canes on a 6-0 run right now to end the quarter, looking to extend it even further. 6 seconds left as it goes to Boyce. Gonna tee up another one. In and out, no good. Kind of lost his balance as he caught the pass, leading to the shot being off of the mark. We've played three from the Nika High Fieldhouse. Canes end the quarter on a 6-0 run. Back with the fourth quarter at LCSportsNet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition. Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
8 minutes on the clock, fourth quarter coming your way here. Tim Continenza, a 6-point lead for Newcastle as they start the fourth, and they have possession.
They're now shooting 44% from the field as the Canes. They improved it by 3% in that third quarter.
Work it down low to Dejon Young, high up the window and in. How about that? That's his first points since the first quarter for Dejon Young.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. Feed him the ball down on the blocks and let him make a move.
Now Norwin trying to work it back to the right wing. Driving in. Baseline drive, losing it. Zielinski kicks it back out. That's McKnight. Not much room for him. He gives it over to Jackson Pons into the corner for Weaver. Skip pass, Edwards. Best defense we've seen really from the Canes all night. Here to start this fourth quarter, Wallace defends the whole way through against McKnight with a wild shot, no good. Pass down low, looking for Wallace, great find for two.
That's what we've been waiting for, Nick Wallace.
First points of the night. 10-0 Canes run. We were tied at 35. There's a timeout called by Norwin. Tim, 10-0 Newcastle run. We've been waiting for it. There it is.
Yeah, you know, it's just a matter of time. And what they got is they got players involved again that we haven't seen since the first quarter. You've seen Young come up big on the blocks, and then you just seen Nick Wallace doing what he does as a senior, coming up big when he has the odd opportunity, showing what he can do on the court. such an integral part of what this team does. He comes to play every day. They're now shooting 47% in the game, 17 of 36, 7 of 16 from the three-point line.
So back out on the court, starting 5 out there for the Canes. Inbounds pass is going to be knocked out of bounds. They're going to ask for the double touch, and Boyce isn't going to get it. Even when it goes wrong, it goes, or even it goes right. Even when it goes right, it goes wrong. Excuse me there, Tim. Easier said than done.
It always is, isn't it?
$22 points on the board for Belinsky. 13 for the rest of the Norwin Knights. And a cold spell for the Norwin Knights as the Canes get hot at the end of the third, into the start here of the fourth. 6:25 remaining in the fourth as Belinsky tries to get back to it, works his way in. He's going to be tied up. Nick Two Guns with the active hands. The arrow still points in favor of Norwin.
That's just good defense. That's what you want to see.
Step back, Edwards thought about a three. Now gives it off into the corner. Vogel trying on the baseline drive, and he stepped on the end line. No, they're going to get a holding foul against Dejon Young for his first.
Yeah, he got his arm out just a little bit out there and grabbed a little bit, and it's going to be, right in front of the official. They're going to get called 90% of the time.
Another knock away, and that's saving it out of bounds. What a play, Isaiah Boyce, smacking it away and then saving it on the end line.
Ah, beautiful play. That's exactly what you want to do.
Find a way of getting those passing lanes, and now they're going to go a little three-man weave, go four corners, try to run some clock. 6 minutes remaining here at the Fieldhouse. Anderson drives his way in. He's going to get pickpocketed as Weaver knocks it away. Canes asking for a foul, not going to get it. Spin move the other way, blocked from behind. Weaver's attempt blocked by Blundo. Canes again.
Yeah, Blundo had a nice position on that ball.
And Canes will now slow it up again. We've seen how many blocks down low, clean blocks there from the Newcastle defense here, Tim.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. They're just falling to the ball. They're getting themselves in great position, an opportunity to defend.
What a reverse layup. Now they have to pull out and guard closely to Norwin, leaving open lanes, and the Canes are taking advantage.
And that's exactly what they do. They take small advantages and just run right down the lanes. And there was an easy two for the Canes. Another loose ball.
Another loose ball, and flying for it in the corner. They're going to say Weaver was the last one to touch it as he went sliding in. Good effort to try to save it, but ended up touching it on the end line.
Largest lead of the night for the Canes.
And it is a 12-0 run. I mean, imagine that. We were tied at 35. All momentum with Norwin here on the road. And then the Canes hit a couple of shots. They get a couple of steals. And they just explode, Tim. That's what they do.
It doesn't take much. Like I said, it just takes 2, 3, maybe 4 possessions, and all of a sudden they're out to anywhere between a 6 and 12-point run, and that's what we've seen here tonight.
And then as soon as we say that, a misguided pass leads to an easy layup and puts an end to that run, and that's an end to about a 6-minute scoring drought for Norwin.
Yeah, it was too easy there, unfortunately. Just kind of a lack of concentration there.
Those lazy passes are the ones that will infuriate Coach Blundo, but maybe a little bit smile back as Nick Two Guns with his second bucket.
Yes. Just hanging out there on the left side of the lane, got the lead pass and went right to the hole.
And that's because the help defense had to come and guard Anderson, and that vision, Jonathan Anderson do it yet again. 5th assist of the game for Joe. Actually below his average. He averages 7 assists per game. Not bad for somebody who also is the team's leading scorer. Ryan Edwards into double figures. He's heating up here in the second half.
That was a deep three. That's NBA range.
Cuts the lead. Now back to single digits. Now ball off the foot of Anderson. Another unforced Newcastle turnover. Stepping right into the shot was Edwards, unable to get it, but an offensive rebound for Jackson Pons. Now Bielinski from the top of the key. He misses on his first three-ball attempt. Couple good looks for Norwin there, Tim. Couldn't cash in.
Yeah, that's a situation where they're trying to maybe rushing their shot a little bit because they feel the pressure being down at least three possession ball game in the fourth quarter.
And then now a steal pass. I thought he might have been able to call a kickball. Aren't going to get that. Three-pointer no good. And then after the play, we're going to get a technical foul called against Justin Weaver as he swings elbows after the play has ended.
Yeah, it was the tie up there towards the ball, and I think he just got a little too overzealous and got the elbows up high.
He's trying to say, I didn't do anything. Officials saying otherwise. So the foul originally is on Ryan Edwards. Then the technical is going to go against Justin Weaver. So Isaiah Boyce will go to the line to take the 2 free throws. First free throws by either team taken by someone not named Bielinski or Anderson.
Yeah, we've only had, 4 free throws the entire game? Maybe 6. Let me double check.
5 for each team before these. And first one for Boyce off the mark. Boyce,
Newcastle right before that was 4 out of 5 at the line.
67% shooter from the line is Boyce on the season. Gets the friendly roll on his second. Boyce now with 15s, working his way up the ladder in terms of the all-time scoring list in Newcastle history. And again, now at 257 career three-pointers. Anderson will get the ball in the backcourt with 3 minutes remaining. 10-point advantage for Newcastle, 50-40. Blundo, hand it back off to Anderson. Guessing the conversation from Coach Blundo is, unless it's an open layup, we don't need to take any shot. Narrow four-corner. Norwin's going to have to come out and try to double-team any chance they can get. Boyce, there's the open look. There's the open find when he got a trap. Someone he's left open. It's Dejon Young.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do. They got to bring them all out. Someone's going to be open underneath. It was Young taking the easy bunny.
Norwin with a great job of help defense all night long, but having the double team not doing so well. On the other side, Bielinski adds to his total. That's his first points in the fourth quarter, though. Cuts the lead back down to 10. Bielinski with 24 on the night. Boyce back up to Young. 2:05 remaining. Anderson double teamed over to Young. Knocked away right towards us. And it will be a foul on the reach-in. 6th foul against Norwin. Just under 2 minutes remaining. We'll have free throws every foul the rest of the way against the Knights. The question becomes, too, when do you start to foul? Good ball movement. Blundo right back to Anderson. Almost pickpocketed from behind. Back up top. Boyce is playing keep away. What the Canes do best, and the crowd loves it. Coming to their feet. Coach Meha is asking for the intentional foul to be given, and there it is at the 1:34 mark, and we'll have our first Health and Motion bonus free throws coming up, Tim.
There it is, and that's exactly what you want to do. I mean, if you're Newcastle, just keep playing the keep away, make them come out, make them make the foul, and put you at the line and let you add to your score. You got, Jonathan Anderson, one of the coolest guys they have on this team from the line. Make this first shot and have that opportunity to add to the score.
And he does make the front end. He will get the bonus. Shout out to Mike Mirko, a local graduate. He's the one who runs Health and Motion, and he gives quality one-on-one time that patients deserve. Hopes to limit the exposure to pain medication. Physical therapy is a great alternative. Both free throws good from the Health and Motion bonus free throw line. Air ball from Bielinski from beyond the arc. 12-point lead, and Anderson will again make the walk to the charity stripe, Tim. Already 6 of 7 from the line, looking to extend that number here and extend its 12-point lead late.
Yeah, I mean, the Canes are 7 of 9 overall from the line, and he'll try to make it 3 and 4 here for himself in the last 2 trips.
Nobody in the lane with them for the Canes.
And there shouldn't be, really. There's no need.
Yeah, when you're shooting like he is, over 70%
exactly
on the season.
Like I said, Joe's one of the coolest guys you're going to find. He just takes a nice deep breath and lets it flow.
Makes them both. Lead up to 14, largest it's been for Newcastle as they've had to weather the storm here late. We are tied at 35 before the Canes went on a 12-0 run. Belinsky, another three-pointer that's short and off the mark. Flying for the rebound is Blundo. His pass knocked out of bounds. It'll go over to Newcastle. Timeout called by Norwin with 1:02 remaining. Let's take a quick timeout here as well on the Lawrence County SportsNet and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
1:02 remaining. Newcastle up to a 14-point edge. Isaiah Boyce with 15 points. Anderson now with 16. I want to mention Isaiah Boyce right now because he's up to number 7 all-time in Newcastle scoring history with over 1,300 points. Next on the list is Corey Eggleston from just over 10 years ago. He's also got now, unofficially, 257 three-pointers on the year. Just going up that food chain, and imagine what it would be if he didn't have to spend time with the injury earlier this year. And right on cue, he takes it right to the rack to increase that point total to a team-high 17.
Yeah, that's just, they didn't even see him running down the left side of the court. He just took total advantage and went right in for the points.
Ryan Edwards.
Wow, what a three.
Wow, is right. I'm still in shock that one went in as Wallace will get fouled, and now he'll go to the line. Still a 1-and-1 as that's the 9th team foul against Norwin. 38 seconds remaining here. The Canes look like they will advance to the semifinals to take on either Mount Lebanon or Butler. That'll be Tuesday night. Site and time to be determined. Tim, would not surprise us if we're making a trip back down to good old Bobby Moe, Robert Morris University yet again.
Yeah, a great place to play basketball. We've been there a few different times over the years. It's a great facility. It's a great atmosphere. And obviously, if you're a fan, you want to get down there to cheer on the Canes and watch Lawrence County try to get to the WPIAL Finals one more time.
And we're going to get a couple players coming in. Nate McKnight looks like going to be one of them.
Nate has given him good minutes throughout the season. He hasn't seen much of the court there tonight, but when Isaiah was down, he got some major minutes during the season.
Time winding down, good bounce pass down low on the back door. Able to get the bucket there is Noah Wilson. And we're going to get the multitude of subs coming in. Angelo Chalella checking in as well for Newcastle.
Yeah, it's a big moment here for some of the seniors for Newcastle. Their last opportunity to play here at the Nikai High Fieldhouse. A playoff game, very special moment for all of them.
Nate McKnight to Marion Young. In the contest. The time winding down on the season for the Norwin Knights. Tyrell Harris hands it off over to Chalella. And time will run down this final 5 seconds, and we will go final. 59-47, the Canes defeat Norwin and will advance to the Class 6A semifinals. We'll be back in a moment with our post-game show Canes victorious at lcsportsnet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary, from the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Having a safe and healthy home is not something to play games with, especially if your home was built before 1978. You may be exposed to extremely harmful lead-based paint hazards. If you're concerned about lead in your home, don't roll the dice on your family's safety. LCAP's Healthy Homes Lead Hazard Reduction Program is here to help you win the battle. Your family's health and safety is the goal. Contact the Department of Healthy Homes today.
That was awesome.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
It's our Tri-County Principals postgame show on Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. A 12-point victory for the Canes here at home to send themselves to the semifinal round. Tim, they weathered the storm, and after being tied 35 each, ended up outscoring by 12 the rest of the way.
Yeah, the Canes were able to find their way home the rest of the way. They win it by 12. They did. It was basically just that, as you mentioned, a 35-35 game. And the Canes went on a 12-0 run, and from that point on really secured what the outcome was going to be in this ball game. The Canes shot only 41% in the first half, but by the end of the game, they shot 53% for the game, 21 of 40 from the field, while Norwin shot 20 of 41 for 49%. And you look at the three-point line, the Canes shot 44% in the first half. They shot 44% for the game, 7 of 16 from three-point line, while Norwin was 5 of 17. In the free throws, that was really the big difference in the game, as we were talking about it at halftime, as there were only 2 free throws in the entire first half. In the second half, the Canes shot 9 of 12 from the line, 10 of 13 for the game, 77%. As Norwin was 2 for 5 from the line, so they didn't get to the line much at all in the entire game. And the Canes out-rebounded the Knights here tonight by 19-13. And here's a stat that really kind of stands out of the game. The Canes led in assists in the game, 15 assists for the Canes, 0 for the Knights here tonight, which is really surprising. And in turnovers, the Canes had 10 turnovers, while Norwin had 12 in the ball game. So when you look at the individual efforts here tonight, for the Newcastle Red Hurricane, they were We're led tonight here by Isaiah Boyce with 19 points here tonight. And Jonathan Anderson had 17. DeJon Young had 12. DeJon Young in a double-double tonight. He also had 10 rebounds, 7 defensive and 3 offensive rebounds here tonight. So a very impressive double-double here for DeJon Young. Ralphie Blundo had 2 threes in the ball game for 6. Nick Wallace, as we mentioned, was scoreless in the first half, but had 5 in the second half, including that 3. And he had 5 points in the game. And that's the scoring there for the Canes. The scoring as they were able to take advantage of what they needed to do offensively and defensively, really to take control of this ball game here in the second half. When we look at the scoring by quarters, the Canes led in the first quarter 15-8, and Norwin outscored Newcastle in the second quarter 10-8. In the third quarter, it was a 1-point lead here for Newcastle. By the quarter, it was 18-17 and 18-12 in the final quarter for the final score of 59-47. When you look at the totals by quarters, it was 15-7 for Newcastle, 23-18 for Norwin at halftime, and then 41-35 after 3, and then the final score was 59-47. The Canes with the winner. And when you really look at it, we talked about Isaiah Boyce, who didn't have a stellar first half on the scoreboard, came alive in the second half to leave all scores with 19 here tonight. He had 2 assists and a steal, and he had 4 3-pointers in the ball game to lead the way here for the Canes. Jonathan Anderson, running the game from the point, had 1 3-pointer in the game, made 8 field goals, made 8 free throws here tonight as Jonathan came through from the line. As I said, Cool Joe comes through again at the line with 17 here tonight. And DeJon Young had 12 points and part of a double-double where he had 10 rebounds and 12 points here tonight. Ralphie Blundo with 2 trays, and Nick Wallace, number 25, coming in with 5 points here tonight, running out the scoring here for Newcastle. As the Canes come away with the big victory here tonight over Norwin, and they will advance to Robert Morris University as they'll get ready to take on the winner of the Mount Lebanon Butler score. I don't have that in front of me.
Yeah, they just tipped off, Tim. Yeah, they just tipped off at 8.
Oh, they just tipped off?
Yeah,
Okay.
they were one of the late starts, so they're going to be
it does.
So we'll see. We would expect there to be Robert Morris again. They've done that the last couple of years. Wouldn't surprise us at all if we're making that trip. Tim, we still have a couple words to give out, right?
Yes, we do.
Well, these are going to be some tough ones to come up with. I'll tell you what.
We didn't have a chance really to discuss it off air.
Yeah.
And there's 2 guys. I mean, obviously, when you look at what the Canes did tonight, it was very impressive. I mean, obviously, Isaiah Boyce, what he attributed in the second half. But I want to look at DeJon Young with his double-double tonight, with his 10 rebounds and 12 points.
Yeah, that's where
player of the game.
That's where I was leaning towards as well, with our LCAP Player of the Game award going to DeJon Young with that double-double. I think that's a great call there, Tim. He will receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of being tonight's Player of the Game. You can view the full list of Players of the Game by going to lcsportsnet.com. Click on Player of the Game at the top. Yeah, they're out in my car. As for our Play of the Game, there were so many great passes throughout the course of this contest, Tim. I think more than anything, just Mr. Assist himself. You can take your pick, but the one, I don't remember who put the bucket in, but it was like a wraparound pass down low to a wide open guy. It was on one of the screen and rolls, actually, from Anderson to DeJon Young is the one I'm really thinking of. That I think is worthy.
I think you're right.
I think we'll give that as our Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game. Make sure you let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game, and Joe Anderson will receive his customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of being tonight's Play of the Game award recipient, and video of it may even show up on the Instagram and Twitter account of Trib Live's Standout platform. Final score one last time, a 59-47 victory, and we'll have a recap of this one actually on our Trib Live High School Sports Network. We'll have a full article of it as well. Tim, thanks a lot. We'll be part of our quadruple header tomorrow. How about that? We'll have 4 games on LC SportsNet tomorrow.
Yeah, look forward to it. Should be a great night or a great afternoon tomorrow, and a lot of basketball coming your way right here on the Lawrence County SportsNet. Glad to be part of it. Can't wait for tomorrow afternoon as we get more of this parade here for Lawrence County, the County of Champions.
For Tim Continenza and Rob Nattel working the cameras, I'm James Dotson saying so long, and we'll see you next time on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, the Lawrence County SportsNet here, powered by LCAP.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.